Check. Well, good evening, race fans. It's race time here on UltimateDirtTV. We are live here at the dirt track at Charlotte for round number 7 of the 2022 Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series presented by JSI Racing. It's going to be a cracking show here at the dirt track at Charlotte tonight, and qualifying currently underway. We're about to wrap up qualifying. Clayton Davies' quick time with a 13.257. Riley Stewart back there is second quick at the moment, 13.294. Then back to Kobe Wright. Aiden Beerline in the house tonight as well. Good to see Aiden in the field for tonight as well. So we're about to wrap up qualifying, folks, and we will get into heat racing action. Firstly, we will check out your qualifying results, and as we said, Clayton Davies' quick time in the Hobbs Trenching and Boring Centre at SimSports number 50 with a 13.257. Then back to Riley Stewart, Kobe Wright. Then back to Aiden Beeline, Lewis Clark, Blaine Densley, Brent Hobbs, Joel Butel, Paul Bryan, and Nick Ryan to round out your top 10. Heat race number 1 about to line up on the speedway, and it is going to be a cracking show. Thomas Mitchell and Rowan Jones will make up row 1 in the 0, 2, and 25 machines. Then you go back to Tyler Bish and Jaden Russell. And then you go back to Blaine Densley, Clayton Davies, Craig Plater, and Riley Simpson on row number 4. And then you're back to Brad O'Brien and Michael Rutledge in row number 5. Race fans, we're set to go racing here at the dirt track at Charlotte. It is going to be a fantastic show here tonight. We hope everyone enjoys the action. Set to go, green out of turn number 4. 12 laps is the distance. Here at the dirt track at Charlotte, heat race number 1 is green. Down to 1 and 2 we go for the first time. Thomas Mitchell is your early race leader. Here comes Rowan Jones to the inside. Slide job in turn 3 and 4. Down the main straightaway we go for the first time into turns number 1 and 2. As we head down the back straightaway this time, Jaden Russell in the JK Sign Synergy Sim Racing number 27. Nearly contact in 3 and 4 with Tyler Bish. Down the main straightaway we go once again. 2 laps in the books, 10 laps to go. Here in heat race number 1, down to turns 3 and 4 this time. By here comes Jaden Russell looking for second. Russell down the main straightaway into turns 1 and 2. Inside of Rowan Jones. And I tell you what, race fans, it's on like Donkey Kong in heat race number 1. Nearly contact there in turn 3 and 4. Down the main straightaway we go this time by to turns 1 and 2. Thomas Mitchell is clearing out in the WA02 machine. The Vortex SimSports SpeedShot51.com entry. As we head down the main straightaway this time into turns number 1 and 2. Jones has gone to the top side of the speedway. Here comes Tyler Bish looking for third. Into turns 3 and 4. Bish runs the bottom side of the speedway. Makes it work too on the bottom side of the racetrack. Jaden Russell's gone to the middle part of the speedway in turns 1 and 2 as they head down the back chute. Into turns number 3 and 4. We'll run this time by now with 4 laps left to go. Here in heat race number 1. Sorry, 5 laps left to go in heat race number 1. Down to turns number 3 and 4. We run this time by Thomas Mitchell is cleared out. 1.2, just over a 1.2 second gap. Back to second place at the moment. Meanwhile, Tyler Bish closing in on Jaden Russell. Into turns 3 and 4 we run this time by down the main straightaway. Into turns number 1 and 2 we go. Bish drifts up high down the back straight into turns number 3 and 4 we'll go this time. And well, now 2 laps left are on the popsicle sticks. We are for heat race number 1. Down to 1 and 2 we go. Here comes Rowan Jones though. Jones has found something on the top side of the speedway. Into turns 3 and 4 we run this time, and white flag is out for your race leader, Thomas Mitchell. Down the back straightaway and into turns number 3 and 4. How about it, race fans? The WA Leadfoot kid gets the job done. Here in heat race number 1, Thomas Mitchell, good stuff. Absolutely unreal stuff by Thomas Mitchell, the WA02. Gets the job done. We'll check out your heat race number 1 results on your screen right now. Thomas Mitchell, Jaden Russell, Rowan Jones and Tyler Bish, your top 4. Make it through to tonight's A-main. Unfortunately, Clayton Davies, Blaine Densley, Brad O'Brien, Craig Plater, Nabatu Riley Simpson and Michael Rutledge to round out your top 10. Here's your grid right now for heat race number 2, and it's going to be Timothy Devine and Boyd Bowden on the front row. Then you go back to David Clifford and Luke Wilson on row number 2. Brad Hobbs and Riley Stewart will make up row number 3 with Corey Borden and Ethan Bastion to make up row number 4. Zane O'Toole and Brendan Randall will make up your last and final row out of positions number 9 and 10. We are set to go once again, race fans. Cool shot into turns number 3 and 4. Boyd Bowden and Timothy Devine on the front row, set to go. Green out of turn number 4, 12 on the board. Let's go racing. Down to 1 and 2 we go. Devine, your early race leader, Boyd Bowden, looking to the outside of the speedway now into turn number 3 and 4. Down the main straightaway. Into turns 1 and 2. Bowden looking for the race lead. He's got into turn number 3 and 4 with a slide job in turn 3 and 4. Drifts up race track and doesn't make it stick though. Devine turns it back underneath him. And we have our first incident of the night. Brent Hobbs upside down in the Hobbs Trenching and Boring number 64 car. And we'll take a quick look and find out what happened on the speedway. David Clifford just got into the wall there in turn, on the main straightaway, and unfortunately for Brent Hobbs, went upside down in a big way. We're going to quickly rewind that and have a quick look in slow-mo. You can see there Hobbs just goes upside down after making contact with the 23 car of David Clifford, and a big ride for the Hobbs Trenching and Boring number 64 car. Comes down hard on the chassis rails in, I'll tell you what, big damage on the Hobbs Trenching and Boring number 64 entry. Pace car back off the circuit though. We are set to go back to green flag racing here in heat race number 2. Devine and Bowden back on the front row. Green flag is back out. Into turns 1 and 2 this time. Heading down the back straight away, working lap number 6 of 12. We got another car into the wall on the back straight away. I think that may have been Zane O'Toole in the 52 car. And it was indeed Zane O'Toole in the 52 entry. Find out what happened with Zane O'Toole in the number 52 car. Sort of just went on his own. And unfortunately, Corey Borden was involved in that one as well. Had nowhere to go in the Harmon Designs number 7. So, set to go back to green flag racing. Devine and Boyd Bowden, all bit of mind games going on the racetrack. Bowden goes early in turn number 3 and 4. Gets the jump down to 1 and 2. Riley Stewart looking for second. Stewart's got it into turn number 3 and 4 this time by Devine. Back to third right now in the number 20 machine. Into turns 1 and 2 and heading down the back straight away this time into turn number 3 and 4. How about Riley Stewart though? Stewart is on the move in that ABR setup shop, RS Sim Shots, number 07. He's on the charge in the final lap. Half lap to go to turn number 3 and 4 with a last minute slide job in turn 3 and 4. Down the main straightaway we go, and Riley Stewart will win heat race number 2. Oh my giddy aunt. I think the crowd just woke up a little old lady down in Charlotte. Your results right now for heat race number 2. Stewart by 0.185 at the start line. Bowden will settle for second. Bastion third. They're back to Devine, Clifford, Luke Wilson. They're back to Brendan Randall, Zane O'Toole, Corey Borden, and Brent Hobbs to round out your top 10 cars. Your grid right now for heat race number 3, and it is Josh Walton on the front row. Alongside him will be the 75 car of Kai Jensen. Position number 3 with the 68 car of Max Bevan. Position 4 with the 47 of Kinzer Claridge. Position number 5 with the 29 car of Joel Butel. Position number 6 will be the 78 car of Kobe Wright. Position number 7 will be the 27 car of Braden Morosky. Position number 8 will be the 0 car of Braden Miller. Position 9 will be the 86 car of Hato Bish. And Cooper Wilson in the 14 car will make up your 10th and final position here in heat race number 3. As pace car will get set to pull in this time by around the speedway. We are set to go for heat race number 3. Pace car is off the circuit. Josh Walton set to go. Green out of turn number 4 this time by. Green flag is out. Down to turns 1 and 2 we go. Bevan up to second, and we got a big crash in turn 1 and 2. We are yellow, yellow, yellow. Cooper Wilson and Hato Bish, the primary cause of this one. So it looks like a couple of cars just get tangled up there in turn 1 and 2, and unfortunately Kobe Wright was caught up in that one as well. So unfortunately Cooper Wilson back in the pit area in the 14 car. Kobe Wright back there as well. Going from the white 1010 Motorsports number 10 K machine to the black entry in that Dutton 1 1010 Motorsports number 10 K machine. Set to go back to green flag racing this time, boys. We are at a turn number 4. Down to turns 1 and 2 we go. Jensen nearly made contact big time with Max Bevan. Meanwhile, here comes Joel Butel to the inside on Kai Jensen there in turn 3 and 4. Made the slide job work. The TJS Sim Sports Slick Apparel number 29 machine is on the move. Into turns number 3 and 4 we go this time by Max Bevan. Still holding it down in second at the moment. Then you got Braden Miller back there in position number 4. Butel in position number 3 at the moment. Kai Jensen relegated back to outside the final transfer spot into tonight's A-Main. Here comes Kinzer Claridge though with a slide job on Jensen, and they make contact. Jensen upside down. And we are yellow in turns 1 and 2. Kai Jensen, it was made contact, unfortunately, with Kinzer Claridge. Or should I say, sorry, he's the other way around. In turns 1 and 2, Claridge went for the slide job and unfortunately made contact with the 75 car of Kai Jensen. So Unfortunate for Kai. He will reside back in the pit area and will take part in one of two last chance qualifiers here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. Again, a big thanks to all our sponsors. With our new title sponsor this for the rest of the season with Hobbs Trenching and Boring, a massive big thank you to those guys for coming on board with JSI Racing as our title sponsor for the rest of the season here with the JSI Racing 360 Sprint Cars. We are set to go back to green. Bit of mind games out of turn number 4. Walton is your race leader. Down to 1 and 2 we go. Heading down the back straight away into turn 3 and 4. Here comes Braden Miller though. Miller with a slide job on Bevan. Couldn't make it stick. Back down to turns 1 and 2. All top 3 cars on the cushion. Kobe Wright back there as well. Oh, Miller got it a little bit sideways in turn 3 and 4. Unsettled the race car big time. Miller with a return slider in turns 1 and 2. Heading down the back straight away though. Into turns number 3 and 4 for the final time. And Joshua Walton will take out heat race number 3. Well done to the speedshop51.com Momentum Sim Sports entry. Good job to the 81 car of Josh Walton taking out heat race number 3. We'll check your final results here for the third heat race of the night. And there it is. Josh Walton, Max Bevan. Then back to Braden Miller and Joel Butel, your top 4. Then back to Kobe Wright, Braden Morosky, Hato Bish, Kinsey Claridge, Kai Jensen and Cooper Wilson to make up your top 10. Well, race fans, heat race number 4 is going to be tasty. Harry Shute, United Sim Sports, Titan Garages and Carports, number 11 will line up on the pole position. To his outside, the Precision Performance Shop, FSI Motorsports, number 49 of Ryan Avilia will start on P2. Position number 3 will be Neville Ulf in the 2 car. Position number 4 will be the 4 machine of Darcy Wilson. Position number 5 will be the 42 car of Paul Bryan. Position number 6. Good to have this guy back behind the wheel of a sprint car here on iRacing. Driving the Beeline Racing number 13 A machine from Fredericksburg, Virginia. It is Aiden Beeline. Position number 7 with the TB Motorsports number 60 of Stephen Haley. Jason Crawford for JSI Racing will line up the 12 machine from position number 8. And Matt West from position 9 and Aston Hurley making up your 10 car field. Well, race fans, good to see this guy back behind the wheel of a sprint car. The RF Carpentry Beeline Racing number 13 8 machine of Aiden Beeline. Good to see this guy back behind the wheel. Tragedy befalling their family over the last couple of weeks, and we say a massive big sorry and our deepest condolences to that family as well. I know Anne-Marie is watching online tonight. Can't wait to see what this kid can do behind the wheel here tonight for JSI round 7. Into turns 1 and 2, and we are green. Down to 1 and 2. Beeline nearly made contact with Paul Bryan. And we are caution yellow on the speedway, the Cush clothing. Number 5 machine of Darcy Wilson. It is in the 5 car. Wilson went into turn 1 and 2. Just caught the wall in turn 1 and 2. Beeline didn't really make contact with him. Just caught the left rear though. And unfortunately for Darcy Wilson, he will line up down the back of the bus for the remainder of heat race number 4. So Harry Stewart, your race leader, Ryan Avilia back there in P2. Then you're back to Neville Ulf, Aiden Beeline in position number 4. Let's see who's going to take out heat race number 4. It's going to be a belter of a finish. Stewart and Avilia on the front row. Neville Ulf and Aiden Beeline Set to go back to green flag, racing out of turn number 4 as we are right now. Down to turns 1 and 2 we go. Avilia on the top side of the speedway. Beerline is up to position number 3. He started in P6. What can he do here for the remainder of heat race number 4? Down to 1 and 2. He caught the wall in turn 1 and 2. Lost a little bit of ground on Ryan Avilia though. Your race leader is Harry Stewart. Stewart caught the wall in turn 4. Avilia takes the race lead in turn 1 and 2. They race for the top spot. In turn 1 and 2, heading down the back straight away. Into turns number 3 and 4. Ryan Avilia is your race leader. Through the 4th corner and down the main straightaway we go. 6 laps in the book, 6 laps to go. Here in heat race number 4 right now. Down the back straightaway we go. Slide job from Harry Stewart. Couldn't make it stick though. Avilia turns it back underneath him. Into turns 1 and 2. Beerline goes to the bottom. Couldn't make anything happen on the bottom side of the speedway. Goes back to the top in turn 3 and 4. Stewart returns serve. On the main straightaway to Avilia. Couldn't make it stick though again. We've got 4 laps left to go in heat race number 4 and down the back straightaway. Into turns number 3 and 4 we run this time by Stewart. With another slide job on Ryan Avilia. Couldn't make it stick once again. Avilia returns serve. Your top 3. You can't throw a blanket over him this time. Into turn number 3 and 4 we go. Here comes Jason Crawford as well. Crawford in the 12 machine in position number 4 at the moment. On the top side of the speedway is your top 3 at the moment. Into turn number 3 and 4 we go this time by. Down the main straightaway, the white flag is out for heat race number 4. Down to 1 and 2 we go. Oh, Avilia catches the fence in 1 and 2. Drops a spot. In turn 3 and 4, but race fans, Harry Stewart will win heat race number 4. Second will go to Aidan Beerline. Third to Paul Bryan and 4th to Ryan Avilia. Oh my giddy aunt, race fans. What a heat race. That was unreal. That was an awesome heat race. Your 4th heat race of the night. We'll check out your results. Stewart from Beerline, then back to Paul Bryan, Ryan Avilia, Jason Crawford, Matt West, Neville Ulf, Darcy Wilson, Stephen Haley, and Aston Hurley to round out your 10-car field. Here's your grid right now for heat race number 5 and your final heat race of the night, race fans. Robert Fletcher in the 71 car will start on the pole position to his outside. The JSI Racing, Hobbs, Trenching and Boring. Number 74, that is Jason Burke. Cole Ferguson will line up the Rutledge Brothers Racing, number 39, from position number 3 to his outside. From Pennsylvania tonight, driving car number 1, that is Kenny Hoffman. Position number 5 with the 7 car of Nick Ryan to his outside, the 111 of Lewis Clark. Position number 7 with the 94 of Bo Nation. Brooke Marquis in the 71 will start from 8. Jordan Rutledge in the 114 will start from 9. And Justin Wright in the 78 car will line up out of position number 10. We are green though for heat race number 5. Into 1 and 2 we go down the back straight away. Into turns number 3 and 4 we run for the first time. Your opening race leader is Robert Fletcher. Jason Burke back there in position number 2 at the moment. We're going to crash in turn number 1 and 2. And Kenny Hoffman seems to be in the number 1 car. Yeah, looks like Kenny Hoffman, it was indeed in that white and gold number 1 entry. Cole Ferguson got into him in turn 1 and 2. And that was a big upsy daisy for Kenny Hoffman. So we will come back to green flag racing in just a moment. Single file restart. So should I say double file restart? No, it is single file. No, double file it is. Look like single file for a moment. So we're set to go back to green flag racing, this time by Fletcher and Jason Burke on the front row. Nick Ryan and Brooke Marquis on row 2. We're back to green. Nick Ryan got a blistering start. On that restart, he's up to position number 2. Marquis made contact with Jason Burke in turn number 3. Down the main straight we go, this time by 5 laps in the books. Now working lap number 6 of 12. Down the back straight away we go, this time by to turn number 3 and 4. Heading down through turns 3 and 4, this time by down the main straight away, 6 laps down, 6 laps left to go. Here in heat race number 5. Down the back chute into turn number 3 and 4 we go. Your race leader is Robert Fletcher in that 71 car. Heading down the back straight away, this time by into turn number 3 and 4. Nick Ryan is on the march. In the Titan Garages and Carports, Q36 is on the ball for tonight. Heading up to P2. In that 36 car, we've got 3 laps left to go in heat race number 5. Brooke Marquis up to position number 3. They're back to Jason Burke in position number 4 at the moment. So Nick Ryan in P2, Marquis in P3. Running the top side of the speedway. Working that top side in, which will make for perfect racing in tonight's A-Main. Again, a big thanks to all our sponsors here on UltimateDirtTV and also our new title sponsor, Hobbs Trenching and Boring, for being our new title sponsor for the rest of the season here with the JSI 360 Sprint Cars. So Rob Fletcher will take out heat race number 5 here in that one for tonight. So heat race number 5 results. There it is. Rob Fletcher, Nick Ryan, Brooke Marquis, and Lewis Clark, your top 4. Bo Nation, Jason Burke, Jordan Rutledge, Cole Ferguson, Kenny Hoffman, and Justin Wright to round out your 10-car field. Here it is, race fans, your first of 2 last chance qualifiers here tonight, and it is going to be a stacked one at that. Clayton Davies and Kobe Wright on the front row. Bo Nation, Luke Wilson on row 2. Matt West and Brad O'Brien on row number 3. Hato Bish and Jordan Rutledge on row number 4. Then back to Zane O'Toole, Darcy Wilson on row number 5. Riley Simpson and Kai Jensen on row number 6. Then you go back to Kenny Hoffman, Brent Hobbs, and Aston Hurley to round out your 15-car field. Here we go, race fans. 15 laps on the board for the first of 2 last chance qualifiers here tonight. Lights are out. For your first of 2 last chance qualifiers here tonight, who is going to make the show? In 15 laps, we will tell who's going to be strong here tonight. Set to go racing. LCQ number 1. Set to go green out of turn number 4. We're green. Down to 1 and 2 we go. Davies is your race leader, and Kobe Wright back there in second. We are yellow. Caution on the speedway, Jordan Rutledge. It is in the 114 car. Just went into turn 1 and unfortunately, made contact with the 6 machine. That was Matt West. So unfortunately for Jordan Rutledge, went upside down in turn 1 and 2. So we are set to go back to green flag racing here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Clayton Davies and Kobe Wright on the front row. Bo Nation, Luke Wilson on row 2, set to go green. Back to green we go. Davies with a good start, down to 1 and 2. Luke Wilson back there in position number 3. Zona O'Toole hot on his heels, but here comes O'Brien. O'Brien with a slide job, looking for final transfer positions into tonight's A-main. Heading down the back straight away this time, by into turn number 3 and 4. 5 laps down, 10 laps to go. Make that 9 laps remaining this time. Into turns 1 and 2, and we are caution yellow on the speedway once again. And unfortunately, this one comes proudly brought to you by Zona O'Toole. Once again in the 52 car, going upside down. Just caught the wall there in turn 3 and 4. But unfortunately, might need a new pair of underwear. Spinning to the infield. So, always never a good look when you spin in front of another 10 or 15 sprint cars. And you have all that horsepower coming towards you. So we are set to go once again, race fans. Clayton Davies and Kobe Wright set to go back to green flag racing for the remainder of C-main action here tonight. Down to 1 and 2 we go. Luke Wilson with a blistering restart. Into turns 1 and 2, nearly contact between Kobe Wright and Luke Wilson. With another big crash in turn number 3 and 4. I think that may have been Kenny Hoffman in the 1S car, or the 1H car, I think it is. So 4 laps left now remaining in tonight's C-main. Down to 1 and 2 we go. Your race leader is Clayton Davies. Luke Wilson banged the wall big time in turn number 1 and 2. Through turns 3 and 4 this time, by down the main straight away. Another lap in the books. We've got 3 laps to go. Into turns 1 and 2 and heading down the back straight away. Your race leader exiting turn number 4 on the cushion right now. 1 lap to go. No, sorry, should I say 2 laps to go. In tonight's C-main. Through turns number 3 and 4 this time by. Down the main straight away. A clinic of performance from Clayton Davies here tonight. Didn't make the transfer spot in his heat race, and now he's 1.3 seconds in front in tonight's C-main and gets the job done. Second will go to Kobe Wright, third to Brad O'Brien, fourth to Bo Nation, and fifth to Luke Wilson. So, top 3 making it through to tonight's A-main. We'll check out your final results for tonight's C-main action. Clayton Davies, Kobe Wright, and Brad O'Brien, your top 3. Unfortunately, from 4th on back, Luke Wilson, Brent Hobbs, Aston Hurley, Hato Bish, Zona O'Toole, Kai Jensen, Bo Nation, Kenny Hoffman, Darcy Wilson, Riley Simpson, Matt West, and Jordan Rutledge not making it to tonight's A-main. Here's your grid right now for tonight's official B-main. Set to go. David Clifford and Jason Crawford on the front row. Blaine Densley, Braden Morosky in row 2. Jason Burke, Brendan Randall, row 3. Neville Ulf, Craig Plato, row 4. Kinsey Claridge and Cole Ferguson, row 5. And you get back to Corey Borden and Stephen Haitley. And then you've got Michael Rutledge, Cooper Wilson, and Justin Wright down the back of the bus in this one. Well, race fans, the last chance to get into the big dance here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Set to go green out of turn number 4 as we are right now. Good start into turns 1 and 2. Crawford already fighting with Blaine Densley for second. Your race leader is David Clifford. 1 down, 14 to go. Here in tonight's B-Main. Remember, top 2 is the magic number. Here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Here tonight, Crawford caught the wall out of turn number 4. Allowed Blaine Denton to catch up ever so slightly. Kinsey Claridge back there as well with Jason Burke. And this is a neat little ding-dong battle going on right now for the final transfer spot. Densley looks to the inside on Crawford. Can't get the job done though. Crawford gets the power down in the 12 machine into turns number 3 and 4 we run this time by. Here comes Jason Burke as well. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Burke running the bottom side of the speedway. Crawford up top. We got we had one car upside down. I think that may have been the 69 entry of Craig Plater. And we are caution yellow on the speedway. And yeah, it was Craig Plater going upside down. So that will be the end of his night here at the dirt track at Charlotte. We'll come back to live pictures right now. So we will get back to green flag racing this time by. So we're set to go green out of turn number 4 this time by. Jason Crawford on the outside of the front row with David Clifford. Back to green we go. Blaine Densley got a blistering restart in the 27. Down the back straight away we go this time by to turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Crawford to the inside. Takes a 2-for-1 slide job if you don't mind though. Couldn't hold it down. Lost one spot to David Clifford. Into turns number 1 and 2 and heading down the back straight away this time into turn number 3 and 4. Crawford with another return slide job on Cliffo. Down the main straight away we go this time. And well, here comes Kinsey Claridge. Claridge with a slide job. Couldn't make it stick though, and unfortunately top 2 cars out of the race. That is not what you want to see. And Jason Crawford will be about as dark as 2 a.m. in that race car right now. That is definitely not what you want here tonight. We're going to take a quick look and find out what happens. So, Kinsey Claridge went for the slide job. Crawford tried to turn it back under David Clifford and they went 3 wide, and unfortunately, contact befallen the 23 and 12 machines. But unfortunately for David Clifford and Jason Crawford, They will reside back in the pit area. Well, David Clifford seems like he's still out on the racetrack. Definitely must have a broken race car at the moment. I tell you what though, race fans, as the lights go out, how about that World of Outlaws race today? Woof! Sheldon hot and shield with a last minute pass. There was definitely a massive battle with the top three, and Sheldon came out on top. So absolute awesome run in the World of Outlaws race today. Set to go back to green flag racing though for the Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series B main. Back to green we go. Into turns 1 and 2, Blaine Densley like a rocket ship into turn 1 and 2 and heading down the back straight. Into turn number 3 and 4, Jason Burke up to second. Cooper Wilson takes out on the top side of the speedway. Kinsey Claridge makes it, bangs wheels with Jason Burke. Burke goes around in turn 1 and 2. Meanwhile, through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Down the back main straightaway. Blaine Densley will win tonight's B main. Second will go to Cooper Wilson. Third will go to Kinsey Claridge. Fourth to Stephen Haitley. Well, race fans, as our preliminary action is complete, we will go into a brief break here on UltimateDirtTV, and we will come back on the other side of this with your 35-lap A-main still yet to come.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Well, race fans, it is now time to get into tonight's A-main. We are set to take a look at your grid. We're going to go from front to back because normally we don't get it done. We're going to go from front to back here tonight. Starting from position number 1 will be this WA02 for Vortex Sim Sports. That is Thomas Mitchell. On its outside, driving the ABR Setup Shop RS Sim Shots New South Wales 07. That is Riley Stewart. Position number 3 will be the 81 car of Josh Walton. Position number 4 with the 11 car of Harry Stewart. Position number 5 with the 71 car of Rob Fletcher. Position number 6 will be the 27 car of Jaden Russell. We go back to row number 4 with Boyd Bowden and Max Bevan. Position 7 and 8. Aidan Beeline will start 9th and Nick Ryan will start 10th. Rowan Jones and Ethan Bastian in positions 11 and 12. The back two, Braden Miller, Paul Bryan, Brooke Marquis and Tyler Bish, Timothy Devine and Joel Butel, Ryan Avila and Lewis Clark, Clayton Davies and Blaine Densley, Kobe Wright and Cooper Wilson to round out your 24-car field here tonight, race fans. Round number 7 of the JSI Sundays Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series. Race fans, it is time. We are set to go racing. Race fans, let's get set to go. Let's go live for 35 here at the dirt track at Charlotte. 35 laps on the board. We're green. Into turns 1 and 2 for the first time. Josh Walton looked for the early race lead. Into turn number 3 and 4 we go. Thomas Mitchell on the top side of the speedway. Walton with a slide job. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Here comes Aiden Beeline. Beeline down the back straight away into turn number 3 and 4. We are yellow. Looks like Braden Miller out of the race in this one. Unfortunately, we had nothing come up on the screen. Well, race fans, how about that start? Thomas Mitchell, your early race leader in that Vortex Sim Sports, Speedshop51.com, LCJ Carpentry, WA02 entry. Can he get his first victory of the season? Who's going to get the job done? What about Josh Walton? That's Speedshop51.com, 51 Esports. Number 81 car. As we're set to go back to green flag action here at the dirt track at Charlotte. We'll have 30 laps left to go. Pace car set to pull in. Let's get set to go racing, race fans. Thomas Mitchell and Josh Walton, we're green. Riley Stewart got a blistering restart into turns 1 and 2. Heading down the back straight away this time into turns number 3 and 4. Riley Stewart with a slide job for the race lead. Into turns number 1 and 2 we go. Heading down the back straight away with momentarily 3 wide. Here comes Harry Stewart though. Stewart with a slide job in turn number 3 and 4. Just trying to sort out what camera's going to work well for us. Doesn't look like any of them want to work well. They're all pretty up close. Meanwhile, into turns number 3 and 4 we go. This time by and down the main straightaway. Walton, no, we got a couple of collections. Oh dear. And that sort of didn't go the way you wanted it to. We are back to yellow very quickly. Unfortunately, our timing and scoring software not registering what happened on the speedway. So cars back under slow pace. So what we're going to do, race fans, I do apologise about this, but it's going to make a quick adjustment to the cameras. So that way we can see what's going on the racetrack. So as they line up in 2x2 formation, we are set to go back to green flag racing. Out of turn number 4 this time by Harry Stewart and Thomas Mitchell. We're back to green. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Harry Stewart is your race leader. Here comes Max Bevan though. Bevan looking on the bottom side of the speedway. Meanwhile, back in second at the moment, Thomas Mitchell and Max Bevan battling it out right now. Paul Bryan back there as well in the 42 car. Looking for further positions in tonight's A-Main. Down to turns 1 and 2 we go. Aiden Beeline still back there, down in position number 8 at the moment. Lost a position to Josh Walton. Beeline running on the top side of the speedway. Meanwhile, we look in the middle of the pack at the moment. Ryan Avila in there. In the 49 car, battling with Tyler Bish and Paul Bryan at the moment. Avilia's gone to the top side of the speedway. Oh, Aiden Beeline. There was a bit of collection there. Not sure what happened with the 13A machine, but it is back in the pit area. Meanwhile, Harry Stewart absolutely clearing out right now in the Titan Garages and Carports United Sim Sports number 11 as we are yellow on the speedway right now. We're going to go back and find out what happened with Aiden Beeline in the RF Carpentry Beeline Racing. Just caught the cushion out of turn number 4. Made contact with Kinzer Claridge and spun to the infield. Unfortunately, not the way to end night for Aiden Beeline. So that is not the way we want to see things go down here at the dirt track at Charlotte here tonight. So I'm just going to make another adjustment. We just want to bring this out just a little bit. Bring that up. Sorry about that, guys. Just trying to make this look nice and neat for you race fans. Just gets a little bit close there in turn 3 and 4. So as we are set to go back to green flag racing once again. What a cool shot of the cars coming through turns 1 and 2. As they roll through turns 3 and 4 this time by. Set to go back to green. Out of turn number 4 as we are right now. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Maxi Bevan looking for second. Couldn't get the job done. Thomas Mitchell holds it down. Into turns number 3 and 4 we run this time by. Your race leader is Harry Stewart. Already got about 0.6 of a second Down the back straightaway we go to turn number 3 and 4. Mitchell on the top side. In the WA02 entry. Max Bevan on the bottom side of the racetrack. Paul Bryan now takes over third from Max Bevan. Into turns number 3 and 4 we run this time by. Down the main straightaway we go. Into turns 1 and 2, there's Thomas Mitchell on screen battling with that race car. Had a little bit of a collected situation earlier, and unfortunately it looks like Cooper Wilson has come unstuck in the 14 car, as we are back under yellow once again here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Looks like contact there with Kobe Wright, and unfortunately for Cooper Wilson, went a bit upside down on the main straightaway. So as we come to the wall cam, watch the cars roll by. So we will come back to green flag racing here at the dirt track at Charlotte. As cars get set to line up in the double conga line of menace once again, you can see looks like Harry Stewart may have made some contact, possibly with the outside wall, just testing that steering in that race car. So Thomas Mitchell back there in position number 2 at the moment. Your race leader is Harry Stewart. As we are set to go out of turn number 4 this time by. Down the main straightaway, back to green we go. What a cool shot of the cars going through turn 1 and 2. Thomas Mitchell on screen right now. Into turns 3 and 4 we run this time by. Nearly contact with Max Bevan and Paul Bryan. Into turns number 1 and 2 we go once again though. Harry Stewart is your race leader. Heading down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Thomas Mitchell back there in second right now, chasing his first career victory here in the Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series. Down the back straightaway we go to turn number 3 and 4. We've got 5 laps left to go. This time by 4 laps left remaining in tonight's A-Main. Down to 1 and 2 we go this time. Your race leader is Harry Stewart. Paul Bryan back there in P3. Tyler Bish back there in position number 4 at the moment. Thomas Mitchell in position number 2. This guy will be wrapped with a podium finish. He's had a bit of bad luck in that WA02 entry. Into turns 1 and 2 we go this time by though. We've got 1.5 laps remaining for your race leader of Harry Stewart. Stewart into turns number 3 and 4 this time by. The white flag is out for your race leader for round number 7 of the Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series. Into turn number 3 and 4 we run. And Harry Stewart will win. Second will go to Thomas Mitchell. Third to Paul Bryan. Fourth to Tyler Bish. And fifth to Ethan Bastian. I tell you what, race fans, what a run by this guy here tonight. Comes back to JSI and goes bang. Puts in an absolute clinic of an A-Main. What a run here tonight, race fans. A lot of these drivers deserve a massive big round of applause. Your top 3 parking it on the main straightaway, and we will have a chat hopefully tonight with your top 3. We will go through your final A-main results, though. Harry Stewart with the win in tonight's A-main over Thomas Mitchell. Then you can go back to Paul Bryan in position number 3. Tyler Bish home in 4th. Then you go back to Ethan Bastion in the top 5. Timothy Devine home 6th. Josh Walton home 7th. Then you go back to Joel Butel 8th. Cooper Wilson 9th. And Clayton Davies, good job by Clayton Davies tonight, coming home in a top 10 position. 11th went to Riley Stewart. 12th went to Max Bevan. 13th went to Kinsey Claridge. 15th, Brooke Marquis. 15th went to Braden Miller. Kobe Wright came home 16th. Then you back to Brad O'Brien, Ryan Avila, Robert Fletcher, and Jaden Russell to round out your top 20. So we will have a chat with your top 3. And we will do that right now. As good to see, we've got all 3 drivers in here tonight. We will just make sure that we've got the comms working. So we'll bring down position number 3. Well, race fans, home in position number 3 here tonight. Driving car number 42 is Paul Bryan. And Paul, mate, good way to cap off the night here at the dirt track at Charlotte, mate. Not a bad way to cap off the night for 3rd.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Anytime you can get in the top 5 or 10 in that field, you've had a pretty good night.
Mate, run us through the racetrack. It was slick from top to bottom, but what did you have to do with your race car to make it? Obviously, the top was a little bit bumpy up on the top side as well.
Yeah, it was very rough, so it was the wing most of the way back, really, with the fixed setup. Once it got that slick, and towards the end of the race, I went a couple of clicks forward just to try and settle those bumps down a little bit, because I find with the wing all the way back, it can exaggerate the bumps even more. So, yeah, other than that, it was just throttle control, mate, and I was just running the top, so it was hold on.
Mate, awesome run here tonight in the 42 machine. Obviously, a lot of sponsors on this race car you'd like to thank for tonight's efforts.
Mate, yeah, well, we've just put this race team back together, really, the and up sim racing. So, yeah, I don't even remember all the things that are on there. It's JC Hire and JR Constructions, mate. 2 of the main ones on the car. And yeah, thanks to JSI for putting on a great show every week.
Well, there it is. Paul Bryan home in position number 3. Congratulations, mate. See you back next week.
Thanks, mate.
So there it is. Paul Bryan home in position number 3. We'll have a chat with your second place getter here tonight, and this guy will be wrapped. How about it, race fans driving the Vortex Sim Sports, Speedshop51.com, WA02. How about it for the Leadfoot kid, Thomas Mitchell? And Thomas, mate, second is always good here at Charlotte, especially when you run second to Harry Stewart.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Still wanted to get first, but happy with second.
Mate, you were close there for a couple of laps, but hey, this racetrack was slick from top to bottom.
Yeah, the top group was the one where you had to be. It was like pretty much one lane on the top, following Harry there. The last couple of laps were pulling him in, but not enough to take the pass.
Mate, awesome run here tonight for round number 7 of the Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series. Thomas, mate, we know there's a lot of good sponsors behind you and your race team. Obviously, now's the time to thank those people.
Just got to thank all the viewers for watching, the league admins for JSI Racing, you for the broadcast. Got to thank all the guys at Vortex for helping me out. I've got to thank Speedshop51.com, Clayton Tilley over there, LCG Carpentry, Liam helps us out a bunch, and Boyd for the nice graphics, pace graphics.
Well, there it is, race fans. Thomas Mitchell, the WA Leadfoot kid, home in position number 2 here tonight, mate. See you back next week.
See you, mate.
Well, race fans, we're going to have a quick chat right now with your first place getter. And how about this guy? Needs no introduction here on UltimateDirtTV. How about it for the Titan Garages and Carports United Sim Sports, number 11 of Harry Stewart. And Harry, mate, what a run. Obviously, had to tug that win back. The track was slick from top to bottom.
Yeah, no, it was interesting track. I thought maybe the bottom would be maybe at least half decent during the race, but it's only sort of worked for me, I think, when I sort of got to the lead, because I rolled the bottom and the 3 cars in front of me all slid each other and had no momentum, so I was pretty lucky there. And yeah, he had a pretty average qualifying, so that, I guess, it technically helped, but I didn't. It's going for a pretty decent lap. I just drove into the wall like a lemon. So, and yeah, the heat race was, I just made a fair few mistakes in that, but I just got lucky, and I don't know who it was, but the guy I was racing with put it in the fence, and yeah.
Mate, we spoke last week at Weed Sport. Obviously, come in tonight, what did you have to do differently? Obviously, a much bigger racetrack. Obviously, had a lot more room on the racetrack as well. What did you have to do differently to set up for tonight?
I just wanted to get in clean air early and be sort of leading, I guess, was the main plan at the very start, because I think even there it was pretty hard to pass when it got stringed out, so I knew if I could just do that and keep doing consistent laps, I should be alright, and just do the easy crossovers and get back to the top and cross over if Thomas was a bit closer on some of those restarts, so yeah, just trying to manage the whole time and just not stick it in the catch fence.
When we were talking to Paul O'Brien earlier, Paul alluded to the on the top side of the speedway. He said you had to pull that wing forward to sort of make the car not respond so badly to those bumps on the top side of the racetrack. What was your thoughts to that as well, mate?
I think he's probably talking about the bumps in 1 and 2, but they were sort of mid-track on the cushion. I was trying to sort of enter in the cushion into 1 and sort of cut down off it and get back to the top out of 2 to sort of eliminate those bumps. So I didn't really have to deal with it sort of thing with changing the wing a bit more to suit the bumps. I was just trying to get around them, because I knew if I was pushing 10/10ths going through the ruts, I'd probably just stick it in the fence. So just trying to figure out like how to do that the most consistent way. I tried it a few times, like just seeing what I was doing, but it could feel the car bottoming out, so just went away from that, and 3 and 4 was pretty smooth up the top. It was pretty fun, so
Mate, an awesome run here tonight. Obviously, you came, I think it was within a top 3 last week, and come here tonight and you take out the A main. Mate, awesome run, clinic of a show. Mate, obviously a lot of sponsors on this race car and a lot of sponsors behind yourself and your race team. Now's the time to thank those people.
Just like to thank everyone at JSI for putting this on every week, and you at UltimateDirtTV for broadcasting and commentating, and everyone at United Sim Sports, Titan Garages and Sheds, KCLD Cleaning, Darcy for doing the race with me, even though he had a bit of bad luck in the heat race, sort of buried him for the B main, and and Velocity Sim Labs or something.
That's all right, mate. All good. There it is, race fans. How about it? Give it up for your race winner here tonight, Harry Stewart. Harry, we'll see you back next week, mate. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Well, race fans, there it is, your top 3. And how good of a race here tonight. Unfortunately, Thomas Mitchell not being able to make that pass for the last minute here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Well, race fans, this will bring us to a close here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We do ensure everyone enjoyed all the action. Hopefully, we'll see everyone back next week for round number 8 for the Hobbs Trenching and Boring 360 Sprint Car Series. My name is Matt Bailey. Have a good night.